Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition, we will hear from the Elgin Fire Chief as 2 new Elgin firefighter EMTs are officially sworn in January. The Mayor David Captain segment comes from Elgin Senior Services and their downtown site with Minnie Vasquez as they are celebrating 50 years of service to our community. Our next 2 stories involve folks born in the 1920s. For the first time in 3 years, the Martin Luther King Prayer Breakfast takes place, and we hear from some of the folks in attendance. What a birthday celebration it was for Alice Eichhorst, who's lived in Elgin for nearly 80 years, as she turned 100 with family and friends at the Elgin Vines Senior Homes. We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today. We're talking with Elgin Fire Chief. What a day it is. You've got 2 new men ready for action.
That's right. These 2 gentlemen came to us a year ago. They've just completed their probationary period, and that's quite a feat here. It is a time-intensive and a very grueling 12 months as they go through all the training and learn all the different techniques that they have to learn to be a good, successful firefighter.
You told us they're away for 2 months, and they come back here to see the Elgin way for a week, and then more training.
That's correct. So they go away to a professional fire academy for 2 months straight, 40 hours a week, and then they come back here, do 2 weeks of training with our training division to learn the Elgin way of taking what they learn in the academy and applying it here.
They look like good men.
They're fantastic, and all I ever hear from the guys who have been training with them all year long is we've got 2 really, really strong individuals.
You told the audience just how many calls you made, the fire department made.
So at the end of 2022, we hit 14,400 plus calls, which is a new record for the Elgin Fire Department.
It's so important, medically speaking, in the modern day.
Well, yes, and out of those, about 74 to 75% of those calls are for emergency medical services.
So much incredible in the modern day.
Absolutely.
That's why the training's so double tough.
Well, it is, because it's not just firefighters. Everybody here is firefighter and paramedic.
New Elgin firefighter Michael Anderson. Michael, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You went through 12 months of tough, rigorous training, didn't you?
Yeah, it was about 2-3 months of the academy, so about 9 weeks, and then after that it was 2 weeks of training at Elgin just to get their kind of specifics down, and then it was a lot of station-specific kind of training that we'd bounce around throughout the year just to practice our skills and try to tighten up everything as best we can.
On this day, it's an exciting day. Tell me how you feel.
Oh, I feel really relieved. I mean, it was a great process to go through. It was tough, but it's very rewarding at the same time. Everyone was really supportive, and along the way it was just a really unique journey, and I'm very grateful to be a part of it.
Now, you're not from Elgin, are you?
No.
What town are you from?
Mount Prospect.
We know Eric Anderson. You got relatives here, but we know your uncle Eric Anderson.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. I know that he's done a lot for the city of Elgin.
He's worked for the Boys and Girls Clubs years ago, and a podcast now, always raising funds for good causes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everything that he's done here for the city, I want to do the same for myself, and making a big impact for all the individuals that live here. So, yeah.
Do you know much about Elgin before you got this job?
Not too much. I mean, I knew it was a bigger city, very diverse, and generate a lot of calls. So that's one of the reasons why I really wanted to come here.
Well, congratulations. We love to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
It's the February edition of our segment with Mayor David Captain. Mayor, where have you got us today?
Jeff, we are downtown Elgin, and we're at the Senior Services, and it's a very special time for them. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary, and our guest today is Minnie Vasquez. She does a lot of the community outreach, and she does the decorating down here. She's the star behind the Senior Services. They have a number of events this month, and I want to go back and let's jump backwards a little bit, and Minnie can talk about the time that she's been here and a little bit about the history of Senior Services in Elgin.
Minnie, welcome.
Yeah, as what Mayor said, we're celebrating our 50 years this year, and then we had a lot of programs coming up, especially was to celebrate the 50 years this month. We'll be celebrating the Valentine's Day party. We're going to celebrate the Black History Month. Wow. We're going to have the Mardi Gras party. And at the same time, we are doing the cultural series event like Mexican Independence Day, Filipino-American History Month event, and then we're going to do the cultural parties. We're going to do a cultural performance by the senior, and this year we're going to do the beauty pageant to celebrate.
The mayor's a factor in that, isn't he?
Yeah, mayor was, we did this 7 years ago. Yeah. Mayor was one of the judges.
Oh, are you a judge? Is he a judge this year?
Of course.
Hey, congratulations, Mayor.
Oh, thanks for the invitation. Yeah, I remember it was really a fun time. And people were dancing. I get a little concerned with some. But no, it's really a fun time, and they do a lot of great things down here for seniors. Not just parties and things like that, but it's a lot about the issues that they have and providing assistance to them. And Minnie, can you tell us a little bit about some of the services that Senior Services does offer for seniors to help them live a useful life and a productive life?
So I'm the activity coordinator, so it means I'm doing a lot of fun part about it, like parties, like, with all the evidence-based program, exercise, combination of health screenings, like a different part. And then we have our caseworker that we do help our seniors throughout the community, especially Kane County. But we have 5 offices. We have one in Yorkville, we have one in Aurora, we have one in McHenry and Crystal Lake. So 5 offices that each offices has different activity coordinator. But in Elgin, we're doing a lot of volunteer. We have volunteer program for seniors too, especially in Elgin. I use a lot of volunteers because decorating this facility, like blowing up all the balloons, decorating, I use a lot of my volunteers. And with some of my program, with the evidence-based program, we use a lot of volunteers to facilitate that, like exercise, calling bingos. So calling the 10404, and then we have like a lot of programs that we offer too. We have the friendly visiting program that, those seniors that need help. And we have our coordinator, Janet Soto, so she can call the same number, 847-741-0404.
How many of your own staff members are here on any given day? Your paid staff?
A paid staff, I think total for 5 offices, more than 100.
And you've expanded to next door. The old bowling alley is where we're at, isn't it, Mayor? You bowled many times here.
I did, yep.
What was your average?
Oh, I don't even remember. This was, Schneider's Bowling Alley, and Club Guadalupana was here. And it was a historic building on the corner. And, the senior services, and we have, city has Sherry Ashenbrenner, works through the city, and, the mayor gets a number of calls from people that have some problems, or I have somebody inform me that there's somebody has a little bit of a need, and I refer them to senior services, and they provide some assistance to them and give them some guidance. And many times people just don't know that help is out there. Sure. So it's important that we get that word out, and it's a hard time. It was a hard time with COVID for people, how to do things, and want to make sure people have enough to eat, that they have heat, that they have their whatever they need to get to the doctor, those kind of things, and all of that can go through senior services. So they've done a great service to the city of Elgin for the 50 years, and I think that's something that we as a community kind of it falls through the cracks sometimes.
Sure.
And seniors kind of get neglected a little bit. And many times, maybe their family has passed, and they by themselves, and they need that little bit of support.
The seniors love your parties. In fact, we're approaching one. The police department's here later today on this date we tape, and it's cocoa with a cop. Is that right? So the seniors are warming up their tongues for cocoa.
Yes, we have the hot cocoa with a cop today. Senior services have been so blessed to be able to be partnership with the Elgin Police Department. Since I've been 16 years, I've been here. Every time they always come for my party. They're serving food, and then during the pandemic, the Elgin police officers able to deliver the activities in a bag, and then they surprise the seniors to deliver their birthday surprise. So I've been so blessed that I've been in partnership with the Elgin Police, and of course with Jeff Myers.
And the mayor's always here as well.
Always here.
I know the police also had the ice cream truck they have outdoor events with you guys.
We do a hot cocoa with a cup during winter. We do like coffee with a cup and ice cream with a cup. And of course, mayor's always been so supportive to us.
Sure.
Every time we need some help, she's been, we need like a model, so I approach mayor for our fundraiser. So
mayor's a model now?
Yeah.
He looks good.
Mayor performed for one of our events. He was one of our model to do the fashion show.
He's a natural no matter what.
Yeah.
We're down to about 2 minutes, kids.
Yeah, and then this coming fall, we're gonna having another fundraiser in fall, so to celebrate our our golden year. So.
And many of you touched on something that has been something that was a problem during the COVID. Many not-for-profits have a gala or a fundraiser, typically in the fall. And really haven't been going to them because there haven't been any. And now they're starting to come back a little bit. And I tell people it's a little bit like riding a bicycle. You know, they go back, haven't done it for 2 years, so you forget the things that it takes to set it back up. And before it was just a matter of following the routine and we'll do what we did last year, but now it's become a little bit more, and some of the people have moved on that were parts of it before. That makes it a little bit more difficult to do things. But we always look forward to the gala. We'll look forward to the gala here for senior services as well.
Because you have lots of mini times, if not to be redundant there, many, but you're on the phone and getting funds from folks, aren't you?
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of, in fact, like last Christmas, I received a phone call from a mother and daughter. They want to do a giving, when they want to give back to the seniors. So what they did to my program is Christmas party. They brought like 150 gifts.
Whoa!
For those who attend, who's going to be joining me for the Christmas party. So I've been so blessed for that.
And again, I know the mayor's going to say this. Well, we're down to about a minute. Your party's always wonderful. They're well attended, and you love them, don't you, Mayor?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. It's always fun, and but it's always fun because I can take a joke, and I can be the butt of a joke.
First, I heard of this.
It doesn't bother me, and and I'm a senior myself, so I believe it or not.
Oh, new information coming up.
No, I'm a senior myself, so I have special interest in what goes on with seniors, and at this time of the year, that's an important thing that they get to express themselves and they get to vote. And that's one of the things that the city has to do, and I think senior services, we want to make sure that they stay connected.
All right. Well, Minnie, I'm surrounded by policemen. I don't know if they're here for me or for Coco. Yeah. So I'm for Coco. So we're going to scoot out of here. Congratulations on a great venue here.
Yeah, thank you so much for your nonstop support to senior services.
Mayor, we're always delighted with you.
Thank you, Minnie, and Jeff, we'll see you next month.
All right. That's our segment with Mayor David Captain and Minnie.
Thank you.
We're with Kathy Baden. Kathy, what's your title here at
I'm activity director here at the senior home.
And
Senior home.
you pretty much using Facebook and other sources got a chance to get this gathering for the birthday party today.
I did. I heard she's going to be 100, and you're only a centennial once, and I thought we need to do it up big. So I wrote the president a letter, and the governor, and the senator.
So they responded with letters.
They did, and the police, and the mayor, and all these people. And then I went on what's happening in Elgin, and sometimes only 5 or 10 people will respond. Well over 1,000 people responded. 70-something people shared it. And as you can tell by that gift table, lots and lots of people sent cards and gifts, and it just made her day, and it made my day, because that's what I like to do.
Hi, my name is Janice Hare. I'm at Elgin Community College enjoying the 38th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Prayer Breakfast celebration with the community of Elgin. I'm feeling so honored, so elated that little old me was recognized amongst bigger people, and I just thank God for the shoulders I stand on, the people that came before me that taught me what I know today. I am really honored.
At these moments, I always think about my father. He spent 26 years at the Elgin Police Department, sometimes putting up with things no one should have to put up with just to provide for his family. But in doing that, provided me an opportunity. He paved the way for me and people like me to come up that road behind him. So when I start to do these things, which is why I don't stand and talk in front of people too much, I have a tendency to get a little emotional. So I'll apologize on the front end, but that's who I am. I don't apologize. Some people I have to thank, because without them in their mind, in my mind, I'm not standing. Probably in their mind too, whenever you want to get That's going to be my wife, Robin. 33 years. Your love and our life together, I could not picture being on this journey with anybody else. Better husband, a better father, and a better man, so thank you, Dave. The chief of the Elgin Police Department, who has been a friend, a true friend to me for 25 plus years. Yes. Thank you. Anna, thank you. Urge to always stick to your core values and belief, even in times where I know it would be easier to move them by the side. You're welcome. Much love. Much love. Thank you for your progressive vision and for not stepping away from that, even when it gets tough. To join Stingley. Because when you show up at a Culture of Honor meeting, I know we are going to get challenged. I know we are going to get beat. I know you are not going to allow us to stay on the surface. I know you are going to question me and others to never forget our past, even as we try to move forward. So what I need you to do, join, is keep coming to the meetings, keep coming to the conversations, keep bringing who you are. We need you there. Rabbi Margaret, who could not be here today for obvious commitments on Saturday morning, I just want to thank her for always encouraging me to use my voice. Dr. King tells us in Strength to Love that darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. But folks, don't expect your light and your love just to show up places. You've got to go. You've got to go. You've got to bring your light.
Been together, as well as those who chose for me to receive this award. I have a confession to make. Receiving accolades for the work that I'm called to do is something that I am working on. I think that stems from my childhood of watching my mother open our doors and her arms to needy family members, friends, and sometimes strangers. And no matter how many times somebody may have gotten over or taken advantage, it never discouraged her from embracing the next needy soul who came by. Yeah. So I want to thank my mother for instilling me.
I'm humbled by being honored. I just don't feel like I belong in that line of honorees. I'm just humbled by it. I thank the man above, for because you never know who's looking at you, with the work you do. They went through my whole history, and I just didn't even know that I had done all of that, because you don't keep track. You just keep moving. So I'm going to just keep on moving, keep on moving and keep on getting it done.
I do this work because I'm passionate about ensuring each of us receive every human right. And those include equality, justice, liberty, happiness, and love. Past few years, I've been blessed to do work in advancing justice and equity in my organization, but also in the Elgin community, and most recently, even on the state level. It has truly been a blessing. As our leader, Dr. King, reminds us, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And whatever affects one directly affects all of us indirectly. Yes. These words continue to motivate me to work towards a future where we can all be included for who we are, for all of who we are, and be chosen because of who we are, and succeed because of all of who we are. Yes. This award means so much, and I really believe it belongs to all of us who are doing the work, and all of us who support us in doing the work. I also want to thank my husband for always supporting me and just being my listener to everything I say and do. I couldn't do either without him and all my supporters. And thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
My name is Janie McCutcheon. I'm from Elgin. I've lived here for over 40 years. And just this whole weekend, the Dr. Martin Luther King celebration has been wonderful. It's what I tell youth all the time. I am an educator. I am a social worker, a retired social worker, but I work part-time. And I tell them about our history. I don't care if you're white, black, you came from somewhere, Latino, and any students that I work with, I ask them about their culture. I say that we're different, but we're not wrong. We have different cultures, different ways of doing things. And I don't think that the history of this country will make white students feel bad if they hear it. And I continually talk to them about what happened in this country. Our roots are somewhere lost in Mississippi. I do remember my grandmother, though. She was born in 1897, and she would tell me stories about her mother that was born, she said, the second year after surrender, which means that her grandmother was born like 1867, and her parents, though, were enslaved people. And she said that her grandmother had much of the culture of Africa. She would carry baskets in her hand and a basket on her head. And she would tell us the stories about how bright, how smart the African people were, how they built this country. So she would give us those stories, that we weren't the savages or the people that we were proclaimed to be many times, but that we were bright, and that we were, as black children, that we could do anything and be anything that we wanted to be.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Nos encontramos en un lugar muy ideal de Elgin. Tenemos a Centro de Información y como puede ver estas bellas mujeres que tenemos aquí, en sí es un lugar que todos tienen que conocer. Y tenemos una persona muy especial que ahora está dirigiendo y queremos presentarla a la comunidad y junto con sus bellas trabajadoras aquí que hacen mucho en nuestra comunidad. Diana, platícanos de sí primeramente cuál es tu nombre, cuánto tiempo tienes en esta posición y en sí tantas cosas que ya estás por hacer y has estado haciendo.
Hola Elisa, me llamo Diana Ortega Erez. Y tengo 4 meses de ser la directora.
Recién desempacadita.
Sí, así es. Y sigo desempacando de ser la directora ejecutiva aquí del Centro de Información.
Un gran rol que tienes, la verdad, súper enorme. Por si esas personas que no han sabido qué es Centro de Información, es un tesoro de tantas cosas que hacen ustedes, que les agradecemos mucho todo lo que hacen en nuestra comunidad. Si alguien viene aquí a Elgin, todos los mandamos a Centro de Información. Es que ustedes yo creo que conocen la mitad de Elgin en sí. En sí, platícanos realmente cuál es tu rol y qué es lo que haces aquí.
Yo soy una consejera que ayuda a la comunidad. Tengo 5 años trabajando para el Centro de Información. Me gusta mucho mi trabajo porque me gusta mucho ayudar a la comunidad.
¿Y qué es tu nombre?
María Venegas.
María, ¿y cuántos años tienes aquí?
5.
5. ¿Y en sí qué es algo que ha sobresalido del Centro de Información para ti?
Para mí todo lo que ayudamos a la gente es increíble. Ayudamos a una cantidad de gente enorme y eso es mucha satisfacción para nosotros.
Me imagino. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Mi nombre es Victoria Valadez y yo formo parte del grupo de Consejería para los Beneficios Públicos, IFRP. Ya llevo 1 año aquí trabajando y de verdad estoy muy contenta de ser parte de este grupo.
¿Y se te ha hecho un poco difícil hacer ese papel aquí porque sé que es mucho trabajo para hacer y bastantes personas lo necesitan?
Sí, es un poco challenging.
Un desafío, ¿verdad?
Sí, porque cada caso es diferente, pero de verdad estamos muy contentos de ayudar a la comunidad.
Es un papel muy grande, muy enorme. ¿Y cuál es tu nombre?
Hola, mi nombre es Tania Flores y soy parte del grupo de migración.
¿Y qué es lo que haces en sí?
Soy una consejera de migración y yo me encargo de las ciudadanías.
Las personas que necesitan saber eso, porque realmente hay muchas personas que necesitan terminar el proceso y que empezamos y no lo terminamos, ¿no?
Sí.
¿Y qué es algo que te ha sobrellevado en la mente que dices tú, eso es algo que me impactó?
Todo lo que ayudamos a las personas en la comunidad es increíble.
Muy bien, pues muchas gracias. Cheryl, ¿cuál es tu posición? She's going to be bilingual, un poquito de los dos.
I'm Cheryl Wilkins and I've been here 25 years now.
Uy, casi nada, 25 años tiene aquí, quiere decir que es un lugar muy a tu corazón, ¿verdad?
Verdad.
Aprendidos español, ¿verdad?
Un poco, no más.
¿Y qué es lo que haces?
I'm assistant director and I do reporting and grant writing and some HR, and this is the best time of year.
Yeah, I'm sure you're loving it right now.
Christmas and we give presents to families and people walk in with just the clothes on their back and they leave with warm coats, and it touches the heart.
Una de las cosas que sí que sobresale bastante es que en sí es un lugar donde personas llegan ahorita sin nada y en sí se van con chamarras y abrigos, y que realmente muchas gracias por todo lo que hacen en sí.
Hola, yo soy Helen López Stram y soy la educadora de padres aquí del Centro de Información. He estado más o menos 6 años. Yo trabajo con familias que desafortunadamente se han metido en problemas con el Departamento de Niños, DCFS, y vienen aquí para sus clases de educación y para coaching.
Eso es una guía muy importante para los padres de la comunidad, especialmente cuando a veces se nos tropiezan las cosas y se pone un poco difícil, ¿verdad?
Y a veces damos clases en las diferentes escuelas de U46 y en las bibliotecas.
Lo bueno es que también trabajan con la comunidad de las escuelas, que es muy importante. Muchas gracias.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Josefina Guerrero de Rodríguez y mi posición es directora financiera, o sea, Departamento de Finanzas. Y lo que yo hago es llevar la contabilidad, hacer el pago de la nómina y pues, ahora sí que pagar todos los biles.
Tenemos que trabajar muy bien con ella, muy importante.
Pero tengo aquí trabajando 13 años y ha sido una satisfacción para mí porque yo he pasado varias cosas muy bonitas, o sea, duras, pero muy bonitas porque me han acogido aquí y me he sentido muy contenta y hago dar lo mejor que puede de uno, porque recibes esa carita de la gente que dice, ay, me ayudaron ahí, es algo.
Una gratificación muy importante, ¿no?
Con eso me quedo.
13 años dice mucho, es que muchísimas gracias y hasta, es bien emocional eso. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Hola, me llamo Naomi y aquí yo soy una trabajadora de casos del Centro de Bienvenida.
Muy bien, ¿y cuántos años tienes aquí o cuánto tiempo tienes?
Apenas empecé hace 2 meses.
Es que también es recién empacaditas, qué bien, porque yo creo que va a ser otra persona que va a dar mucho tiempo. Es que muchas gracias por todo lo que vas a estar haciendo, porque te va a impactar bastante. Siempre que llegan aquí no se quieren ir.
Hola, yo soy Evelia Figueroa, tengo 15 años en Centro de Información y soy consejera de inmigración.
Wow, tantos años. Y luego una cosa que sobresale que nos quieras decir o compartir.
Bueno, en sí todo sobresale, todos los servicios que Centro de Información da de alguna forma contribuyen mucho a la comunidad. Lo importante es que les estamos pudiendo ayudar en las necesidades que ellos tienen. Me satisface mucho poderles ayudar.
Sí, es lo que estoy viendo. Si algo no saben, ustedes siempre recurren a otras organizaciones. En sí, si hay alguna información que necesitan, ellos ayudan también bastante. Muñequita, también, ¿cuál es tu nombre?
Hola, yo soy Patricia Wallin y casi, hago lo mismo que Noemi. Soy trabajadora de casos del programa de bienvenida aquí. Y tengo 2 semanas.
Esta es la recién de la bebé.
Yo soy, sí, pero les puedo decir a todos que yo estoy muy orgullosa de estar aquí, muchísimo orgullosa porque yo he visto cómo las gentes tratan a los clientes y eso es como estoy súper orgullosa de saber que estamos en un lugar donde de verdad a la gente le importa ayudar a la comunidad.
Y hace una gran diferencia, ¿no?
Eso, para mí,
impacta.
sí.
La verdad que sí, muchísimas gracias.
Hola, yo soy Elizabeth Venegas y yo soy la supervisora del Centro de Bienvenida. Nuestro programa ayuda a los inmigrantes que son bienvenidos. Nuestro programa ayuda de traducciones hasta casos difíciles como violencia doméstica. Y lo que más me gusta de este programa es que de verdad ayudamos muchísimo a la gente y damos todo lo de nosotros para poder ayudarlos y salen muy contentos. La gente nos ha dicho que ellos realmente sienten que les estamos brindando una ayuda.
Han tenido tantos años, muchísimas gracias y todo lo que hacen. Cada quien da y pone su portadita de arena, un cachito que siempre andan portando a toda la comunidad. Muchas gracias por todo lo que hace, porque sí, no hay límites. Aquí vienen y les ayudan si tienen alguna duda, pregunta o algo así. Es muy importante porque aquí hay un apoyo, se siente el corazón. Como ven, 13 años, 15 años, las que tienen 2 semanas van a durar, yo creo que también igual. Es que realmente es muy importante que tengamos esto en nuestra comunidad porque sinceramente es un gran tesoro. Gracias a todos ustedes.
Gracias por venir y visitar.
For more information, please visit cityofelgin.org. Para más información, por favor visite nuestra página cityofelgin.org. Don't forget, for city services, call 311. Call, click, connect. Para servicios de la ciudad, no olvide llamar 311, llamar, conectar y textear.